And we are back with a brand new edition, of course. Hold on while I get myself situated. It is a Monday. We'll start with that. Anyway, okay, there we are. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. Oh, and I teach you how to leverage literally everything else. So I already know that sounds good to you. Click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. Okay, I've got text coaching, a WhatsApp community. What up, Karen? What up, Carrie? One-on-one coaching, of course. Guided meditations, hypnosis, audios, all the things. All right? I'm here to hook you up, sis. Bruh. Whatever you are. Can we just address the elephant in the room first and foremost? Oh, also, we have a little competition every day. So if you repost this live or share this live, then we will go ahead and you'll be entered to win an amazing prize. Okay. It's for the first, I think 10 minutes. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But in the beginning. Okay. Look at this, guys. Do you see this shit? I got in a fight with my can opener and the tuna can. Because why we have Pop Tops for cat food, but we don't have Pop Tops for tuna cans here in the States, I don't fucking understand. And I wanted to make tuna. So I went to war with the tuna can. And do you think I was going to let the tuna can win? No, I was not. Just like you guys are not going to let your 3D reality win unless it's what you fucking want. Or you're not going to let gutter trash win. Do you understand? Okay? Because if I won't let a can of tuna win, bitch, you ain't letting nothing win except for you and your reality. Because we get what we want and we get it when we want it. I saw that, Yesenia. I saw that. And I cannot wait to listen. And I saw a picture. I'm sure you guys look spicy hot. Okay, so just so you guys know, I had a competition I think we're going to do this every weekend because I feel like it motivates you. I feel like it motivates you. So a lot of people won the competition. I did not get hair extensions, girlfriend. I just naturally have long hair because I manifest that shit. A lot of people won the competition. Yeah, they got their shit. Okay? That's the whole thing. So if you did not, well, what you're going to do is not get your panties in a little bunch. Okay? Instead, you're going to act like it's still Sunday, bitch. Yes. Because you know what today's theme is, right? What is today's theme? Today's theme is we don't question shit Monday. Yeah, that's what this is. Okay? We don't question anything today. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay. Now, if you have any questions regarding SPs, go ahead and drop that shit in the comments below. We talk about mainly SPs around here. If you don't like it, scroll to the next live. I don't know what to tell you. But if you want to know how to manifest anything and everything, I've done it all. I only teach what I know. Okay, so I manifested my SP back from no contact and living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. I lost over 100 pounds in 11 months. I have to find that fucking picture. That's why I didn't post it yesterday. I lost 100 pounds, over 100 pounds in 11 months. No diet, no exercise. That's how I got my start in the manifestation community, by learning how to leverage food. Because who doesn't love fucking food? I do. That's for sure. And then I also manifested business success. I've had 3 successful businesses. I've helped over 82 entrepreneurs hit 7 figures in their own business within 3 years or less. My biggest success story, which people are trying to beat, is I made somebody $100,000 in 57 days. I'm good at what I do. Also, if you want to manifest boatloads of money, whatever you want, health, whatever, I got you covered. I'm that bitch. All right, now I'm going to answer some questions because I go on rants and tangents, and then the comments get lost. So I'm going to try and stay on track. But I do have an important little thing we're going to talk about today. What it is, I'm not sure. We'll see where this goes. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I know what I'm going to talk about today. Duh. Okay, all right. He blocked me yesterday on TikTok for no reason. It's so hard to stay positive. Okay, Lex. Your entire life cannot seriously be controlled by TikTok. Let's be frank. Okay? So if he blocked you yesterday on TikTok, who gives a shit? Who cares? Who cares? You know, like I was talking to one of my clients right before this live, which is why I was a little tad bit late. And I told her, I said, okay, would you rather send him a message and tell him how much he's hurt you? Or would you rather this man come back to you and tell you everything you want to hear? She's like, well, I'd much rather have him tell me everything I want to hear. Yeah, so who gives a shit? Who cares if he blocked you on TikTok? You think I give a shit? I don't care. Why do you guys care? Why do you guys care if you're blocked on social media? Let me tell you. And then on top of that, how many different ways till Sunday do I have to tell you there's only one reason you know you're blocked? Because TikTok doesn't notify you that you've been blocked. The only reason you know is because you went digging. You checked your 3D, which means, Lex, unless you have disappeared from my TikTok live in the past 3 days, you did not listen to what the fuck I said. And what I said was to stop snooping, to get off social media. I didn't say you couldn't be on your own profile, but I told you to stop digging. Stop digging on their social media. Stop reacting. And now here you did. You went and dug. And how do you fucking feel? Not good. Here's what you have to understand. Okay, and here's where this is what all you guys need to understand is I want you to look at it this way. Every time you go on their social media, you're forcing the 3D. Look at it that way. Every single time you go on social media, you're forcing the 3D. And what do we know about the 3D? When you force the 3D, it doesn't work. So whenever you go on their profile, you act as if they don't get notified. Of course they get notified. Okay? Of course they can see when you've been on their profile. They can see you going down their shit. And if you have to go on their profile, what is that telling your subconscious mind? I'll wait. Oh, that's right. It means that you don't know that you're not together. Because who the fuck goes down their social media rabbit hole if they're SP when you're together? Not me. I could give a shit less. I don't need to go on Instagram or TikTok to find out what my boyfriend had for dinner tonight. Why? Because I know. I already know what he had for dinner. I don't need to know. I don't need to check social media to find out what he did today. You want to know why? Because I already know what he did today. And so there's nothing to check. What is there to check? You need to know what the hell he's doing. I might have to put this on pause for a second. The gardener doesn't fucking walk away real fast. Okay, Casper, my love. You asked your SP to come with you to your sister's wedding and she still hasn't replied. Do you want to know if she's coming or not? Is that what you're wondering? No. There's nothing to wonder. I don't need to ask if she's coming to my cousin's wedding. Why? Because she'll be there. My sister's wedding? Yeah, she'll be there. She's absolutely coming. In fact, she's busy right now picking out her dress. But she wants nothing more than to come to my sister's wedding. She's super excited and she loves that I asked her to come. I know she's coming. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that. I want you to have a whole inner conversation with yourself, Casper, today, as if she has replied saying yes. If she's replied right now to you saying yes, what would you say if I was to call you up on the phone and beg, look, tell me, what's up with you and SP right now? What would you say if you knew she was going to your sister's wedding? So you're waiting for her to reply. And she hasn't replied, which I would look at it like it's probably a good thing she hasn't replied. And here's why I would look at it like it's a good thing she hasn't replied. Because that means that she's coming. Would you want her to, that's what you need to look at. You're looking for her to confirm. No, she'll confirm. That's why she hasn't replied. She'll confirm when you confirm in your mind that she's coming. She's absolutely coming. Then she will confirm. What's up, Brock Kelly? Welcome to the family. She will confirm. But if you're waiting for her to reply with an answer, you care to guess? What up, Chris? Welcome to the family. If you're waiting for her to reply, do you care to guess what her answer is going to be? Probably not the one you want. Probably not the one that you want. Because if you knew, you wouldn't be waiting for her to reply. Okay? So you're going to stop doing that. Do you guys like this looks tacky. Do you guys like my little bracelets? I had to sneak that in to my daughter's shopping yesterday. Can you explain to me why the fuck her shoes cost more than her dress? But she's clever. She listens to me. She listens to me because I know she fucking listens to me. She's just stubborn about it sometimes. She wanted these flats. She's like, I want white flats. I said, the more specific you're getting on the flats, the less your odds are. Okay. And so she has this cute little yellow dress. I posted on my TikTok stories yesterday. Because you sit outside the waiting room, the dressing room. I don't even know why I sit outside of it. It's not like she shows me her outfits. She just comes out. She's like, this is the one. I'm like, I wanted a picture. She goes, I took some. I was like, oh, thank you so much for that. Love that for us. And I was like, why don't you get sneakers? That's like here in the States, that's what kids wear. Dresses with sneakers. I don't know why the fuck I said that shit. Because it's not like she was going to go wear her old sneakers, right? So now, what happened? Now she's like, you're right. I need new sneakers. And where I live, non-name brand is not an option. So she has now 15 pairs of Adidas. 16 now. $100 for the pair of fucking shoes. $100 for a pair of shoes. And then she needed accessories. This is why I said it's cheaper to have a boy. When you got a girl, they want makeup, accessories, all the things. I was talking to a lady at Walmart yesterday because I was like, can we get the fuck out of here? I'm trying to go home and relax. It's Sunday. Can we get out of the makeup section? She wants a freckle fucking pen. I was like, oh my. She's like, we could just order it online. Oh, sure. Sure. Why not? And me and this lady were laughing. And then she saw my daughter. She goes, well, she's beautiful. She goes, your daughter's beautiful. You got that going for you. I was like, oh, thanks. Because she got the shoes, then she needed the socks. Certain color socks. Then the accessories. So I was like, well, my dad was going to buy her the jewelry. Explain why my dad the fuck took her to a whole jeweler. I'm like, she's 14. This is a dance. Why would you take her to go get a diamond fucking necklace? But luckily for me, my daughter is simplistic. So I slid these in. into the order. Why not? Mama had to get some other than lunch. Although my salmon was bomb. Sorry if I've asked this already, as I digress. But if my SP sends random TikToks, is it accidental or a manifestation? Everything is, you have to look at everything as a manifestation. Everything is a manifestation. Everything. So nothing has meaning unless you give it meaning. So I don't know what you mean by is it accidental? Who the fuck sends a TikTok that's accidental? No. And if they do, what do? They delete it. Okay? No, it's set with intention. Because there's a thought process that leads up to that. And that's what you guys forget is this guy saw your SP sees a TikTok and then thinks about you. That's why he sent it to you and not to the homeboy down the street. Okay? Because he thought about you. So he sent it to you. So that is absolutely your manifestation. That's him trying to get your attention. He's constantly trying to get your attention. And get the fuck off of what the hell they do on social media. Look, I can get triggered by all the dumb shit that you guys get triggered by, but for what? For what? I don't hear from my boyfriend for like half of a day. Do you think I give a shit? No. Do you think I question what he's doing? Nope. What do I need to question for? I know exactly what he's doing. You now know exactly what your SP is doing, so there's nothing to question. You don't hear from him? That's okay. I know he's busy. I know he's busy doing X, Y, doing whatever the fuck you want him to be doing. That's what he's doing. Okay? And who they're following on social media, or what videos they're watching on social media, what reels they're watching on social media. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who cares? This is a security within yourself. If you're triggered because they follow bitches on social media or they watch bitches on social media, that's an insecurity within yourself. Get over it. Get over it. Would you rather watch a vixen on social media or go fuck a vixen? Ask yourself that. So get the fuck over it. Today's electrolyte of choice is lemonade with a dash of Kool-Aid. What up, Lindsay girlfriend? How do I know I'm manifesting right and having the right thoughts? Okay, I have a headache. Jillian, I do not have a headache. I feel amazing. I feel absolutely amazing. Okay, Jillian, what do you mean, how do I know if I'm manifesting right? You're always manifesting right. Manifestation's perfect. You're constantly manifesting correctly. Correctly. Okay? And having the right thoughts, you'll know because there's a couple different ways you'll know if you're having the right thoughts. First of all, you're not fucking, you know what's going on up in here. Okay? So are you having the right thoughts or are you not? Are you checking the 3D, looking for confirmation? Then somewhere in your thoughts, you're not having the right thoughts. Or you wouldn't need to check for confirmation. Okay? Are you looking at your phone to see if they've texted you? Then somewhere in your mind, it's not that you're not having the right thoughts, but you're not having the right expectations. Okay? You're not expecting something different. You're not knowing something different. Okay? If you're doing, if you're reacting to everything under the sun, then guess what? You're not having the right thoughts. You wouldn't be reacting. This is all of you guys should know. All of you guys would know. Ooh, shit. See, this is what happens. Everything got pushed down. You'll know if you're having the right thoughts. I don't know what to tell you, Keely. I talk how I fucking talk. If you don't like it, I don't tell you. Because I'm very confident and secure within myself. So, oh shit. Here they go again. Here they go again. Oh, here they go again. Answer me. Whoa. How do I make the boy I'm in love with love me and want me so bad? Okay, Danny. You're lucky all the comments got pushed down because I probably wouldn't have gotten to this comment for a fucking while. You manifested that shit, bitch. How do you make the boy I'm in love with love me and want me so bad? Tell yourself that. Okay? Tell yourself that. All of you fucking people you want them to confirm, but you don't understand. They only confirm what you're thinking. So why you need to remember that. You need to remember that. They can only confirm what you're thinking. So if you're wondering if they love you, if you're questioning how they feel about you, you're going to be waiting a long time for validation, because the only time they're going to validate and confirm is when you know in your mind. Do they love me or do they not? Do they like you? Do they not? Do they want you or do they not? You decide all of that. So do you want to decide now, Danny, that he's fucking obsessed with you? He's literally obsessed with you. I'm all he ever thinks about. Shit, every time I fucking breathe, he thinks about me. Yeah, I absolutely know he loves me. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Okay? But here's the thing with love. And this is where you guys need to understand, okay? Is Do you want somebody to love you? Or do you want somebody to be in love with you and to show you that shit every fucking day? There's a difference. There's a difference. What up, Daisy? I love my bestie. I love my friends. I love my family, but I'm not trying to date them. There's a huge difference. I've had a lot of clients come to me and they said, my boyfriend said, I love you, but yeah. Someone said, I love you, but sometimes love just isn't enough. Yeah. So I was going to say fuck love, but I didn't mean it like that. I know you guys are sensitive. So instead, you need to get clear in your thoughts about how they feel about you. How do you want them to feel about you? What up, Jenny? How do you want them to feel about you? How do you want your boy to feel about you? Well, then that's not how he feels. There's nothing to question. Okay, when you get clear, so that's your task. That's your task, Danny, is to get very fucking clear in your mind. I know exactly how the fuck he feels about me. Yep, I know he's in love with me. I know he's in love with me. He shows me that every freaking day. Like, this boy is obsessed with me. He literally worships the ground that I fucking walk on. Toot your own horn, bitch. Toot your own horn. Okay? Because when you do that, they show up that way. They're always showing up the exact way you think that they will. But if you don't know, they also don't know. Or they reflect the opposite. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Okay? Okay. Oh. Saw him after 2 months with his wife. That breaks my heart. You guys... Lex, what are you asking if I've used subliminals? No. Should you use subliminals? No. Why? Because subliminals are bullshit. They're bullshit. I literally watched a TikTok, or no, it was a YouTube video yesterday where the lady said, she has a very large following in the manifestation community. She said, I have curated a list of 100, like 100 and something or 1,000. She said some atrocious number of subliminals. I have figured out the ones that work. Oh, okay. So you did more. This is why I don't fucking go on people's shit. Because I was like, okay, so let me get this straight. You went down some research ass rabbit hole and decided, and how long did you listen to a subliminal before you determined it worked or not? And then how do you know if it's a subliminal that worked? Because that's not what she teaches. She teaches law of assumption. So how exactly is it that you know the subliminal worked and not, your assumption? See what I'm saying? That's why I stay off people's shit. Because it doesn't make sense. Okay, so they don't understand how the mind works, okay? My entire background is a study of the mind. Subliminals don't work, which is why a lot of people will listen to them and wake up with having anxiety or feeling very anxious. One, you'd have to significantly trust the subliminal maker. Okay, I don't care. A lot of them put in the description a Word document telling you what's being said. So you're supposed to fucking take their word for that shit? On top of that, your subconscious mind, when you listen, because that's the whole point of subliminals, is they claim it goes right up into the subconscious. The fuck are you talking about? Okay, so your conscious mind is hearing music, but then your subconscious mind is somehow activated and is like, wait a minute. Wait the fuck a minute. This is a subliminal. So our job is to snake through the music to find the affirmations that are being said. No, it's not. No, that's not their job. No, that's not the job. And then most subliminal people will tell you too that it's most effective if you put your earbuds in. Oh yes, this is the same lady. It's most effective if you shove your earbuds in your fucking ear so it goes directly into your subconscious mind. The fuck are you talking about? So if you put it on your speaker, it's not, your subconscious mind's like, no, bitch, nice try. It's on the speaker. Come on. Come on. No. It's best if you use a Parrot app and you do your own affirmations, or you use a guided meditation or sleep hypnosis, or sorry, sleep meditation or a hypnosis. Because one, you can hear what the hell they're saying, which is the whole point. They put nice little relaxing music on, and that's just so you relax. And then it goes directly into the subconscious mind. And guess what? No fucking earbuds needed. I cannot. Because I listened to that the other day and I was like, see, this is why I get the fuck off the internet. I was like, I so badly want to. They're lucky. I guess they should be lucky that that I can't leave voice notes on fucking YouTube videos or TikToks because I'm too lazy to fucking type. And you know what else is going to give you carpal tunnel? Fucking trying to use a can opener to open up tuna cans. It's going to give you carpal tunnel. Something happened last week, not SP, and I've been affirming inner conversations less. Is that a bad thing? No, kitty cat. No, it's not a bad thing if you're doing it less, as long as you're not thinking the opposite throughout the day. You know, like your affirmations are only thoughts. That's all they are. And so you have to make sure that even though you're not affirming consistently, that your thoughts throughout the day are not against what it is that you want. So therefore, you don't have to worry about it. Same with your inner conversations. Your inner conversations are very powerful, and you don't need to have them all day long, because you're constantly having thoughts. You're constantly having inner conversations. It's not something you're choosing to do, okay? Like, you're just choosing to now be aware of the conversations you're having, be aware of the thoughts that you're having, and then control them, okay? But it's something you've always done. It's something you've always done. It's not something you haven't done before. So as long as your inner conversations, again, are not going against what you want, then it doesn't matter. Right? But if you're there's differences between you having negative thoughts about SP. We'll stick to SPs for a second. If you're having negative thoughts about SPs or negative inner conversation about an SP, that becomes a problem, right? So therefore, that's where we focus our inner conversations to be positive about SP, our affirmations to be what we want, focused about SP, okay? But at the same time, if let's say you're neutral, okay? Let's say you're neutral to the subject. Like you're not necessarily thinking against it, but you're not thinking for it either. So the problem I have with that is that becomes stagnant behavior. So you're not really going to see anything. It's not like your SP is going to wake up one day and feel amazing about you because you aren't thinking at all about them. Right? So it's like if you were married, wouldn't you have thoughts about your husband? Would they be obsessive thoughts? No, probably not, but you'd still have inner conversations. You'd still have thoughts about your husband, about your wife, right? About your boyfriend, about your girlfriend. So that's how that works. But if you don't have them at all, they're not just going to wake up one day and come around the corner and be like, oh my God. They're just not. Because you're not thinking one way or another. Meaning they're not hearing any thought meaning that you're not, if they're not in your thoughts, then you're not in theirs. Basically is how that works. Because thought transmission goes both directions. So if they're not thinking about you, well, how the fuck are they supposed to want to be with you if they don't think about you? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like if you don't have any thoughts about money, negative or positive, at all, and you don't just think about money at all, how in the fuck are you planning to get rich? No. People that want to get rich have great thoughts about being rich. They're constantly thinking about their future, right? That's what it is. Oh, what up, Shayna? Go get it, girl. They're constantly having thoughts that are about what they want. Okay. No, this is going to work. Yeah. They get up every day and work on their business with the thoughts. But why do they do that? Because they have thoughts that this is going to work. They're going to have 7 figures. They're going to be rich. Okay. They're not having just no thoughts about it at all. And then all of a sudden they fucking get rich. No, that's not how it works. Okay. Okay. Now, I understand, but that comes from a place of lack. Release that energy of heartbreak. Who's going through heartbreak? Okay. So here, my goal here is to always give you realistic advice. Okay? Realistic advice. Because as somebody who's been there and done it, let's address that. Okay? You should only ever be assigning the meaning to everything that you want it to mean. You can leverage things like impatience, spiraling, negative thoughts. You can leverage all of that because you set the rules for how you manifest. You can choose to set the rules for everything. You can leverage everything, but you know yourself better than anybody, right? And so to sit there and be like, you should be positive that this is where the law of attraction got me fucked up, right? You should be at a high vibration. You need to be positive about the fact. Positive about what? What the fuck is there to be positive about when I'm sad I'm not with my SP? You're not going to be jumping around with joy that you're not with SP. No, you're not. Okay? You're not going to be in a high vibration all happy as fuck that you're broke, are you? No, you're not. So understanding that, but also I'm not saying that because of that, it's just like, oh, we're solid, we're great. No, but you can have the feelings of a heartbreak. You can have the feelings of a heartbreak. You can have the feelings of sadness. You can have those feelings. It's not the fucking feeling that's manifesting. It's the thought that's manifesting. So if you have a thought that, obviously there's a thought that triggers the emotion, the feeling, okay? So you have a thought, it triggers a feeling. That's why you affirm through the feeling or control your inner conversations and just say the fucking opposite. Like if you're sad, what I really liked, I felt worked actually very fast, okay, to be quite frank, is to leverage your emotions. Leverage them. Everything is leverage. Okay, so if you're dealing with heartbreak, if you're dealing with sadness, you're dealing with something that you were told that, like bad news, anything that triggers sadness, leverage that shit. Instead of being sad, get like fucking annoyed. Or when you're sad, just be like, no, fuck that. I know he's in love with me. Like if we'll stick to SPs at the current second. So it's like, you're sad. Like just tell yourself like, no, I know this man loves me. I fucking know it. You're crying. I know he wants to be with me. That I know. I absolutely know this. Like, no, there's no way. There's no way. What do you want? Inner conversation as you're crying. Doesn't matter. Because either way it goes, you're having some kind of thought that keeps the emotion going. Okay? So when you have a thought that triggers the emotion, and then now this is why people spiral, because their thought and their emotion that triggers the emotion, now they let their emotions run wild. So because your emotion is now running wild, it's triggering and firing off all of these fucking thoughts to align with the emotion. But if you said, okay, I'm going to leverage, I feel sad, then I'm going to rev that shit right on up. I'm going to rev it right on up. I'm going to have so many inner conversations that speak to the fucking opposite over and over and over again. Like, yeah, baby. Yeah. And then right next day, no job, no harm, no foul. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Right back on track because you leverage the emotion instead of letting the emotion win. You can't do that. You can't do that. This is why people manifest a lot of the negative things. I don't think you're walking around saying negative shit just to say it, are you? No, you're not. The only reason why you're saying negative shit is because you're feeling some kind of emotion. So because you thought about something, it triggered the emotion, and now you're thinking negative shit. And then, boom, manifest. Manifest. Versus if you were to be like, okay, negative emotion, awesome. Now I'm going to leverage that shit. And I'm going to say the complete opposite. Complete opposite. Because here's the thing. When you say the opposite, one, you're evolving, okay? What up, son? One, you're evolving and you're doing things differently. But two, it takes you out of the emotion. It takes you out of the emotion. You're not going to sit there while you're crying, say the fucking total opposite and continue to cry for the next 5 hours. You're not going to do that. Instead, when you say the opposite, dealing with the negative emotion, it shifts your energy. It shifts your mood, if you will, to more of an empowering mood, to where you're like, yeah, fuck that. I don't think so. Absolutely not. Nope. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. And that's all you do. That's all you do. Okay? Over and over and over again. Fuck the emotion. Who cares? Who cares if you had the emotion? Who cares if you cried? Who cares? That is natural. That's freaking, I hate when people say that shit where they're like, nope, you have to feel it to be real. What are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about? No, you don't have to feel it to be real. You didn't feel the feelings of being broken, did you? To be that way? No, you didn't. Because if you had to feel it to be real, then everybody would be walking around like happy fucking go lucky every day of their life, wouldn't they? And there's some angry people. There's some miserable people out there that see, and negative people out there that seem to get everything they want, right? Seem to have a great life. But if you had to feel it to be real, that's stupid. That's stupid. You can't feel what you don't know or what you've never experienced. If you've never experienced something, how the hell do you feel it? It's all that trash ass advice out here. I won't contact him. I just want him to contact me, though. I hope he hasn't moved on. What the fuck, user 321? Is that what people are responding to your shit about? Do you care to guess when he will move on? When you decide he has. So, why would you, like Sun said, why would you put that shit out there? Moved on? From who? From you? Get off your fucking ass right now. I want you to get off your ass right now, and I want you to go take one hard look in a mirror. And you ask yourself why the fuck he'd move on. Never, bitch. Never. He ain't moving on. That man ain't going to damn place. Nope. You want him to contact you, though, so start expecting him to contact you. Yeah, but expect the version of your SP that you want to contact you. And stop saying that you hope he hasn't moved on, because I'm telling you so. If you want to keep throwing that shit out there, don't be surprised when he's like, I've moved on. What up, dope girl? Okay? Because you curate that shit. You curate it. And you don't even know you're doing it. You don't even know you're doing it. Up until now. But once you guys know about the law, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. Like, when you guys... if you've been following me and taking, implementing, keyword implementing, my advice and what I have said to you, you have no fucking excuse. No excuse. At all. You should not be getting triggered. You should not be spiraling. You should not be doing any of that shit. Ever. Ever. Because there's no need to. That's not going to get you what you want. But it certainly is going to get you everything that you don't want. And then you're the same people that come bitching about no movement. Or movement going backwards. That's why. And things come seemingly out of nowhere. Until we talk. And then you realize that shit did not come out of nowhere. At all. But in a flip of a switch. I should get that out. In a flip of a switch. You're always getting everything that you want, even if it's what you don't want. And that's because you're questioning shit. And a lot of you will question it to your SP. Let's not do that. How about we don't do that? Shayna's on fire. Mm-hmm. Yes, she is. Ayana, can I explain robotic affirmations and how to do it? Yes. Okay. So your subconscious mind processes 60, you process 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Okay. But there's two types of thoughts that you process throughout the day. One is focused thinking. Okay. So when you're working, talking to a friend, doing things like that, you're focused thinking. You're not just, so you're thinking about work or the conversation that you're having. Okay. Now, it's those times outside. The second set of thoughts that you process are what I call free roaming thoughts. That's when you're driving in a car, cooking dinner, watching Netflix, mindless behavior, taking a shower, doing things like that we do on autopilot. That's when your mind free roams. And so typically it's focused on your current reality, what's going on in your current space. And that's what holds it right in place. Okay. So when we robotically affirm, what we're doing is everything that you know how to do is based on repetition. Okay. You don't know how to do anything in this life without having done it more than once. You have to do it multiple times. That's how you learn. Okay. How to do anything. And so because of that, your entire life is built off of patterns. It's built off of repetition. Okay. That's how, you can literally not ride a bike for 20 years. And then the minute you get on that bike, it takes you like 1 minute and then boom, you're off. You can never not undo it, right? It's not like you learned how to tie your shoes and now all of a sudden you can't fucking tie them. Right? You can't do that. So you can never unlearn something. It's not like you're going to learn how to speak Spanish, then all of a sudden 20 years you haven't used it and you don't know how to speak it anymore. You do. Okay? So when we robotically affirm, we are creating a new assumption. Okay, we're creating a new assumption because you're consciously affirming, because it has to get into your subconscious, which is where your assumptions are stored. So you currently have certain assumptions. So when you robotically affirm, it's designed to replace the assumption you already have. That's why we robotically affirm. So you affirm for what you want. I firmly stand by manifesting in steps, not living in the end, when your reality shows you the opposite. Okay, so I found it worked a lot better, because how the hell are you supposed to live in the end of a relationship when you're in no contact? People that have came to me have been living in the end for fucking years, and guess what they're still in? No contact. Because if you can't even live in the end of text message, how the fuck are you going to live in the end of relationship? So because of that, I teach manifesting back in steps if you're going to do robotic affirming. So you would say things like, he is so, if you're assuming you're in no contact, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. Leading up to contact, he's always calling and texting me. Contact. He's constantly spending time with me. Natural progression of a relationship. And he'll do anything to be with me right now. Relationship. Okay. So the reason I suggest those instead of just manifesting contact is because you remember, it's the repetition. We need to create the assumption, because the assumption is what pushes out. Unless you follow me and learn how to leverage. Okay. Learn how to leverage. Then you bypass having to create the assumption. Not everything has to be an assumption for it to manifest. Okay. So, but when you're affirming and then now he contacts you, you've still been affirming. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. So those assumptions are still being created because you've been doing it the whole time. So while you get contact, great. It's much easier to step into the assumption, since now you're talking all the time. A lot easier for you to step into the assumption of he's going to spend time with me. Then when you guys are spending time together, it's a lot easier to step into that assumption of relationship. At least it should be. If you guys would stop waiting for fucking SPs to confirm shit. Yes. You should look at your SPs every one of you should look at your SPs like a fucking mind reader. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like all of your SPs are a fucking psychic. They're all psychics. Mm-hmm. Because they only know what you know. when it comes to you and them. So what are you going to choose to know? Instead of questioning in your own fucking mind, but expecting them to confirm the opposite. They're not going to do that. And if you're in a relationship with them, you will find that oftentimes you're questioning things verbally and they're trying to confirm the opposite. But you don't take their word for it. So you continue to question. And then they eventually confirm the opposite. But that's not initially how it went. Initially, they tried to reassure you. But you didn't take the reassurance. And that's what you guys have to remember, is you have to start taking them at their word. If you're in contact with your SP, you have to start taking them at their word. Because they try to confirm, they try to make you feel good about it. They try to make you feel comfortable. They try to reassure you all the time. But you in your mind, you don't take them at their word and you still continue to question. And then now we got a whole shit show. When they didn't initially tell you that shit. And you know I'm right. Do you know why I know you're right? Do you know why I know you know I'm right? Because I'm always right. But you do understand that I've said that numerous times. That is an assumption of mine. Y'all should be saying shit all the time that you want to be a fact about yourself that benefits you. Okay, if you tell yourself all the time that you're always right, then I'm always fucking right. Doesn't matter what I'm manifesting. Doesn't matter what's going on in my reality. Doesn't matter about shit. I'm always right. Because I say that. I'm always right. So my daughter wants to fucking argue about her size of shoe yesterday. And she's like, I'm a 6. I was like, she goes, the ones I'm wearing now, Adidas. She goes, are 6s. I said, okay. She tried them on. They're sliding off her feet on the back heel. And she's like, I need a smaller size. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to get you a 5.5 and a 5 in a size 5. She goes, I'm not a 5. I said, I'm pretty sure you're a 5. I'm not a 5. Carrie, guess what shoe she walked out the fucking store with? The size 5. Why? Because I'm always right. So she will debate things with me. She'll debate things with me. But she still ends up listening to me. She still ends up taking all my advice, even though she will debate it with me and be like, no. She'll try to reject. She'll try to reject. But I'm always right. So therefore, she always ends up taking my advice. And we've always, me and my mom used to always joke about that and said, see, I'm still her main source of influence, because she's still, even though she wants to combat and everything, she will still end up listening to what I said. And my mom was like, that's because you're still that person of influence for her. Yeah, because I'm fucking always right. See how easy it is? So you guys should start saying things like that. These are like, I don't go around. Do you think like this is where like affirming gets people so fucked up in their mind, where they think like everything has to be robotic affirming? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay? Like there's so many things that you can throw out there to aid in your manifestation. This is where we leverage, okay? What up, Amberly? This is where you leverage the law and what we know, okay? So we know that typically when you say things one time negatively, it manifests, right? And that wasn't your intention, but you said it one time and kept it pushing. So there are things that you can throw out there consistently that aid in your manifestation. Doesn't necessarily have to be SP related. Flashy. So you can literally say like, I'm always right. And then keep it pushing. Like, who's going to dwell on that shit, right? And then like, you know, when something comes up that proves you're right, you're like, see, always right. That's manifesting over and over and over again. I know exactly what I'm doing. And then now, you know exactly what the fuck you're doing. Because you're not dwelling on it. So many things you can leverage. You need to leverage random thoughts, random things you fucking say, because it proves true over and over and over again. And it's pushing out, it's pushing out, it's pushing out, because you're not giving it another fucking option, because you're not thinking against it all day long. Like, who walks around like, I'm always wrong? You know what I'm saying? No, you don't, but you'll say certain things. Like, I didn't have to robotically affirm that I'm the perfect girlfriend. That's fucking stupid. Who walks around doing that? But I would just randomly say that to myself, just at random times. Now it's a fact. Like, no, I'm the perfect girlfriend. I know exactly. And I would go and hold like inner conversation. And I'd verbalize it to people like, no, I'm the perfect girlfriend. I verbalized it to my boyfriend when we first met the first time. And I'm like, no, I'm the perfect girlfriend. I know because I know exactly how to treat a man. Like, I know exactly how to treat a man. Like, that's it. And a conversation. But because of that, every relationship I've ever been in has thought that way about me, because I thought it about myself. I didn't affirm my fucking life away for it. No, I just would randomly say it at random times. And it becomes a belief of yours because you're not dwelling on the shit. Yeah, dude, I always get what I want. Keep pushing. Then all of a sudden you start to get what you want. You start to see things show up how you want it to show up, because you've just randomly thrown out there at random times. Like, dude, I always get what I want. Like, it's a fact. Like, this isn't something forced. Because remember, what pushes out quickly is a natural conversation, right? Something that you're saying naturally without force, which is why when we robotically affirm, it's the same thing, because we're focused on repetition when it comes to affirming. But inner conversations push out so much faster because it is something you are just naturally fucking saying. So when you throw things out there randomly, it should be like, yeah, duh. Like, that should be the whole fucking tonality of what you say. Because remember, from the subconscious mind's perspective, words are only 7% of total communication. Tonality and physiology make up 93% of communication. So, if you know this, how do you leverage? Fuck, I gotta start charging for this shit. I give out way too much free advice. So, how do you leverage knowing how the subconscious mind deciphers communication? And if you don't think I'm right, I'm 100% right. I'm always right. But this is why you'll say something and you think you're being all sweet about it and clever. And then all of a sudden they're like, what's wrong with you? You're like, nothing. Why? Because your tonality in the way you're saying something is alluding to the opposite. Okay? Your physiology, the way if you don't know what physiology is, it's like, okay, that's a physiology. It's the way you conduct your behavior, if you will. That makes up a fair amount of communication. So this is where you leverage. Whenever I throw random shit out there, it's like, duh, it's a matter of a fucking fact, bitch. Yeah, I'm fucking perfect. Like, of course. I'm always fucking right. See how I said it? Like, duh. Like, it's a fact. Okay? So you should have that where you throw random things out there, but check your tonality. Check your tonality. Your subconscious mind doesn't know you're fucking crossing your arms and is going to be like, oh, you know. But the reason why physiology makes up a fair amount of communication is because we assign meaning to what they're saying based on their tonality and their physiology. It's controlling the meaning you're giving it. That's what's pushing out. That's what your subconscious mind knows, right? So it's like, like I used the example before, like, I love you. I love you can have a million different meanings. Okay. I could be like, I love you. And you're like, oh, I hope you fucking said the shit, bitch. I'm just kidding. But then I can also be like, yeah, I love you. Now what are you doing? Questioning. You're questioning what they said, but you're not questioning the words. That's what you have to understand. You're not questioning the words because that gave I love you an entirely different meaning to you. Because you're like, hold the fuck on. That didn't sound authentic. That did not sound genuine. Like, does he really love me though? Because his attitude, the way he said it, right? It triggers your inner conversation because you are now making an assumption based on their physiology and their tonality when they said something. So that's what's pushing out. It's not the words that they said. Oftentimes, it's your interpretation of what they said. That the meaning you're giving it. It's how you're interpreting what they said. Son of a mother bitch. Come on. Third time's a charm, baby. Yeah. The stupid puzzle pieces drive me nuts. Do you see? Does that make sense to you now? Because that's where it's like you'll react based on what you'll react, but you're not reacting to what they said. You're reacting to how the fuck you interpreted what they said based on their tonality and physiology, which is why you'll be like, why do you have a fucking attitude? And they'll be like, what are you talking about? Well, why'd you say it like that? They're like, say what like that? They're not aware of it because they said it that way for an array of reasons. Your interpretation of it is the problem. And that's what's pushing out. Because now you got your whole panties in a bunch because you're like, well, I didn't like the way he said that shit though. He said that like he didn't actually mean it. Right? Like it's the way and oftentimes this is what you'll say. It's not what he said, it's the way he said it. Does that ring a bell? This is why. This is why. Understand that. Oh man, I'd just be giving too much fucking wisdom around here. Too much wisdom around here. Shit. I had to take my own advice. Learn how to zip it, lock it, put it in my pocket. You'll be like, hey, I have a question. I'm like, nope. Nope. I'm zipping it actually today. Putting it in my pocket. Jen, I saw this. I follow this couple on Instagram. He had me dying the other day because he came home. They do like little skits with each other. And he literally, ASMR drives me nuts. What up, Terry, bestie? He came home. He's like, hey, babe. He's like, I just got you a drink. He's like, I just found you a drink. He goes, I just found you a drink that had your name on it. And she's like, oh, really? She goes, because she doesn't have a common name either. He's like, really? She's like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, here, I thought I'd get it for you. It's a monster. And they drive their shit kills me. They drive it, and she started dying laughing because she's like, monster. Yeah, that was the name. What up, Mariah girlfriend? Okay, elevated. Yes, JC, I can. Elevated. You keep affirming that he's obsessed with you, but you have been feeling sad because no contact and you miss him. Okay, I got it. Don't worry about missing somebody. You miss people all the time, right? Like I don't know why people think that's like a bad thing, right? Like you're not going to miss your husband if they go out of town. Of course you are. Like that doesn't mean anything. That's not because they'll try to tell you that's coming from lack. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. You miss people when they're not around. There's nothing wrong with that. You're going to miss your husband when your whole ass still married and they're gone for a week. So, like, But I would have to know what you're affirming, because obsession doesn't necessarily relate to contact. Okay, it doesn't relate to contact. Obsession alone, do you know what you get? A stalker. That's not what you want. You want contact. Okay, so because you want contact, you need to focus in our conversations about, what if you were talking right now? If I was to ask you, elevated, right now, you are talking to your SP all day, every day. Like, you guys are in constant communication. And I was call you up on the phone and be like, elevated, oh my God, bitch, tell me all about you and SP. How are you guys doing? What would you say? Well, that's now you're in a conversation. And now you're not going to script it. But that's what you're going to ask yourself. Like, you're going to remember that. Okay. What would you say to anybody that you were talking to that was like, how are you and SP doing? If you were in constant contact, what would you be saying? That's your inner conversation. I mean, there's nothing wrong with obsession, don't get me wrong. But that's where if you listen to my steps that I say in affirmations, it isn't, he is so obsessed with me. It is, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. Because you have to understand the process that leads to contact. In general, you could be talking to your SP every fucking day. Okay? All day, every day. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change the process that leads to them contacting you for the day. Okay? Is they don't just contact you to be contacting you. They contact you because they were thinking about you. Hence, he's so obsessed with you. I'm all he ever thinks about. Because if they can't stop thinking about you, or even if you're talking all day, every day, in order for them to reply to your text, in order for them to text you in the morning, they have to be thinking about you. Then they contact you. So that's the natural progression in a relationship. So that's where you need to tell yourself that, like, no, I'm all he ever fucking thinks about. I'm literally all he ever thinks about. And then leverage missing. The more I know he's missing me right now, whenever I miss him, I absolutely know he's missing me. He misses me even more than I miss him. See what I'm saying? Leverage that. Leverage the space you're in right now. Okay. You miss him. Yeah. I miss him, and I know he misses me so much. Like, he literally is thinking about nothing but me, which is why he's going to contact me. Like, he can't stop contacting me because he misses me so fucking much. Damn. I'm bleeding. Obviously, we'll be doing the exercise soon, so I can go wash this off. But like I said, if I won't let the can opener win, what the fuck makes me think you're gonna sit there and let the 3D win unless it shows you what you want? Hell no. I could have thrown that can away, but I was like, bring it on, game on, bitch. I literally said that to the can of tuna. Judge me not. I literally was like, okay, game on, bitch, game on. Went to war and did that can open? Yeah, I did. I said, you're fucking opening. Oh, you're opening. Pop. It worked, and then he pulled away later on. Okay, the only reason it works and they come back around and then they pull away is because you are running there's only two reasons that this ever happens. One, you are reacting in your mind to the version of them in that moment. Actually, there's three reasons this happens. Okay. You're selecting a version of him based on your past experience with him. This is why I said manifesting an SP is not the same as manifesting an SP back. Okay. Because you have history. So there's a little bit of work involved. Okay. On your side. So that's number one reason is because you're selecting the version of him that is not your perfect boyfriend. Okay. Second reason they pull back is because You are not breaking old patterns. You're running your relationship. That's the third reason, because you're running your relationship the same way you ran it the last fucking time. And hence, it ends the same. Yes. And that's because you're not, I understand it's frustrating. If you are new here, I understand it's frustrating because you know what? The manifestation community doesn't teach you this shit because they haven't manifested an SP back. Okay, I have. So because of that, and I'm still with my boyfriend, there's that major component as well. Okay, so, but the reason is because you're not running your relationship any different. You're not changing the patterns when they come up. So SP contacts you, everything is great, you're back, everything's going solid, you're talking again, all the things, then all of a sudden, you don't hear from them. Maybe they message you good morning every day, and all of a sudden one morning comes and they don't message you good morning. What happens? Well, you're like, oh shit, they did this before. This has happened before. And now, you're either saying this has happened before or last time this happened, right? That's your chance to break said pattern. But you didn't do that. So you shifted your thoughts. So now him not messaging good morning led to him not messaging you for 6 hours. Then, now the thoughts intensify. So now 6 hours went to 24 hours, that's what you guys have to understand is you're extending the no contact. You're extending the timeline of them reaching out to you because in your mind, it's all no contact, no contact, no contact. He's not talking to me. I haven't heard from him. It's been 5 hours since I last spoke to him. Oh my God. We talked in the morning and I haven't talked to him all fucking day long. I wonder what he's doing. Why isn't he contacting me? Blah, 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 blah. And then sure enough, now the next day comes around. Now he's not contacting you again because now those thoughts intensify. Versus if you would just be like, no, I just know that I just know he's probably having a busy day today. He's probably with his family. He's probably hanging out, whatever. And so it's like, yeah, no, I know that I know he's going to contact me. Why wouldn't he? He contacts me all the fucking time. I know he's calling me today. Then the timeline would have ended. But it extends the more you get your panties in a fucking bunch about him not contacting you. Because you're creating all these fucking stories in your mind that don't help you. All these negative assumptions. Why do you guys want to keep creating negative assumptions when you know that your assumptions manifest? Why do you insist on creating negative assumptions? For what? For what? Why do you continue having negative thoughts about things, assigning negative meaning to things? Why do you do that when you know that shit manifests? So why do you continuously make negative shit? Come on. My members have proven in our WhatsApp community over and over and over again that it's cool if you slide back, pick your shit up, dust yourself off, and move forward. And they've seen it turn right back around. Let's call her name, Flashy. She's married. She reacted a couple weeks ago, so fucking what? We talked, we turned it around. We assigned positive meaning to what she was assigning as negative meaning. We changed the meaning of that to positive meaning. We turned it around and we simplified it. I said, we need to take one whole ass step fucking back and simplify the process. Simplify. I said, so we're going to keep it very simple and here's what you're going to do. Turned right back around. Right back around. Care to guess how long it took? No, it didn't take fucking months. Didn't take all that shit. It was less than a week. It was a week, I think. And then an unfortunate event happened. But it aided in her manifestation. You have to understand events will happen naturally if you'll stay the course. But an event happened that brought her and her SP, her and her husband, to the scene together. Where it was the first time she actually saw him in person. And now they're right back on track. But that's what had, thanks, Chris, but that's what had to happen for the turnaround. If you persist and quit with the bullshit, how about that? Lex, how did I manifest my SP? I don't talk about my story on here anymore. I used to. I don't do it anymore, but I made a whole video about it. So if you click the link in my bio, scroll all the way down, click on my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're there. And then maybe I'll put that, maybe I'll pin that. Instead of like my stupid little welcome video, maybe that will be my welcome video. It's a good idea. I'll have that. Yeah. So, because then you can just watch the welcome fucking video or the welcome back video. See what I'm saying? Makes sense. Okay. But if you scroll all the way past my lives, same banner for all my lives. I try to make it easy for you. Scroll all the way past my lives. And then it's like a couple videos down from there. It's like a 25 to 35 minute video. And it's called How I Manifested My SP Back. I tell the entire story there. So you can watch that video. And engage in that video. Comment on that video. But the entire story's there. Which is why my members here know that I have zero tolerance for the bullshit. Because I had all the circumstances. I didn't give a shit. The only circumstance I didn't have was long distance. But none of that mattered anymore. And that's what you're doing too. And that's what you guys are doing too here. Sure, Terry. Sure, Terry, sister. Okay, elevated, if you don't knock the shit off right now. Knock it off. You cannot keep telling yourselves that they haven't contacted me yet. You can't keep telling yourselves that. I tell you, how many fucking times do I have to tell you? You need to act like you just spoke to that bitch yesterday. That's what you need to, that's the conversation you should have, is if you just talked to him yesterday. Ah, come on. Come on. When did you just talk to your SP? I hope you just said yesterday. Okay. If you're in contact with your SP and you haven't seen your SP, when did you just see your SP? I hope you said yesterday. Mm-hmm. If you're in any of the ships, if you're in a situationship or a friendship and you want a relationship, well, when did your SP just confirm relationship? What was that? Oh, yes. Yesterday. Come on, guys. Come on. Look at that. Ayana says, I have never manifested my SP to do things I wanted until I met you. That's the fun part. That's the fun part. Because so many people just teach you to affirm. Just get your SP back. What's the fun in that? I mean, that's great. But what's the fun in that when you can get them to do the things you want them to do? To me, I find that much more enjoyable. I find that so much more enjoyable. And it seriously makes your life so much easier. Let's just think logically. Like, how is your life so much easier? Think about all the breath you're saving. You're like in Zen mode all the time because you're like, react, verbalize. I don't need to do that, honey. Because I don't verbalize anymore. I internalize, bitch. So it's so much easier. Just think the thought and have you do the thing. And then I find it even much more satisfaction when it's your idea. That's the pettiness of me. When it's your idea, so much more enjoyable for me. Oh man, I have too much fucking fun. What up, April? Can I affirm something like, thank you for the second chance you give to our relationship? Oh, okay. Alexis, yes and no. Yes and no. Okay. There's no right or wrong way to affirm as long as it's present tense, though. Okay. It needs to be present tense, not future tense. Unless you're going to word it in a way that is empowering to you. Like, no, not empowering, but like a matter of a fact to you. So that's where if some people can't get on board with the relationship, then I'll have them double bind it. So it's like, yeah, he'll do anything to be in a relationship with me right now. But then you use the photo method and you're like, we're getting back together right now. Like, we're literally getting back together right now. We're seriously getting back together right now. Okay. Because that is a matter of fact thing. I'm not sure, Tamara. I'd have to take a look. Because I am on calls back to, unless somebody moves it, I'm on, as far as last time I checked, which is this morning, uh, I'm on back to back calls today. Back to back. But I'll take a look at my schedule. Can I affirm something? Oh, yeah, I just did that one. Okay, so Alexis, what I would affirm is like, okay, we don't want a second chance. Okay, no. A second chance is implying that there's something wrong. No, I don't think so. And thank you for the second chance you give to our relationship. Absolutely fucking not. Do you think I'm going to thank my boyfriend for getting back together? The fuck? No, I'm not going to do that. Now, am I grateful that we're back together? Yes. But I would never sit there and be like, thank you for giving our relationship a second chance. The fuck? Got me all the way fucked up. No, it's a sign of weakness. At least that's the meaning I give it. It's a sign of weakness. Okay, so now I gotta scroll back up. Oh shit. Okay, so instead you want no, Sarah. I could elaborate on that. Um, so instead, you literally want to tell, okay, I can't find it. Sorry. Uh, sure, Karmic, you want a 6'5" half man warrior. I mean, all I got was the picture that came into my mind right now was that you want a Dwayne Johnson in the Scorpion King. It's literally, that's literally the main thought that came to my mind right now. Oh, man. Okay. So, I couldn't find you. Oh, damn it. What's all the yesterdays? Okay. So anyway, you're not going to say thank you, okay? And so instead it's like, no, focused. What is it that you want? And word it in a way that's natural to you, okay? So because you can turn affirmations into, think about it. You can turn affirmations into something that's natural for you. Therefore, it's what? A natural in a conversation. Okay? But don't overanalyze the shit. How many times I got to tell your asses that? I didn't give anything another option. I didn't overthink it. I wasn't like, well, how's this going to happen? How's that going to happen? How's this? Well, what if it doesn't work? The fuck? Okay, first of all, I don't do anything I don't do anything. Nothing. Because I'm not here to waste time. So I'm not going to waste any time. Law of attraction wasted all my fucking time. So this is absolutely the only solution. I'm not going to do anything without knowing it's going to work. Sorry. That is just my personality. I don't question shit. Question what? No, this is going to work. It's working now. It works all the fucking time. Thank you so much. Come again. Come fucking again. Oops. Okay. Thanks, Bevy, for fucking me up, bitch. Okay. If I did not answer your question, I'm going to give you one chance to drop it in the comments again. because I can't see any of the questions. Like all questions have completely disappeared. So drop it again. Okay? Thank you. When we talk about gutter, if I didn't only drop it again if I didn't answer your question. Now, if you weren't listening, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So let's see here. Daisy, when we talk about gutter trash, do we say their name or just say gutter trash? I don't say either one. I say she. Mm-hmm. So it's so different than when it's your SP. So you would just say she. You don't need to be specific because I didn't know anything about gutter trash. I didn't know her name. And I didn't even know the term. And I coined the term gutter trash. That's my saying, bitches, by the way. You heard it here first. So if you ever see any other creators using that shit, be like, excuse me, stop stealing people's shit. But so I didn't know anything about it. So I just said she, and it knew exactly who I was referring to. Yeah. What do you do when you affirm for SP, but you don't feel like it's happening? You persist. You persist. Okay? You persist because, like, everything in your reality you persisted in, even if you weren't aware of it. Even if you weren't aware of it. Even if, and all the shitty things, it didn't matter. Okay? So you persist in what you want. And no, just like all this shit manifested, so will this stuff. I'm going to persist. I'm not going to quit, give up, none of that shit. And I'm going to persist forward. That's all I need to know. That is literally all I need to know is to persist forward. And because I don't know what feeling you're expecting. Okay. There's not like, you're not going to like it. And again, nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. Nothing has meaning until you give it one. So instead of feeling like it's not happening, what if you felt like it was? What if you just knew it would? Decide that this is working. This is absolutely working. I'm going to control my inner conversations. I'm going to affirm, and there is no other way. Look, here's what you guys don't I think you guys forget this shit. Okay? Is I talk about SPs here, but I'm not a master at manifesting SPs back. I'm good at it now, 1,000%. But when I got my start, was I a master at the shit? No, I manifested one. Like one SP back. Okay. And we're still together. So I wasn't an expert. Nothing. Why do you think I only give realistic advice? Why do you think I tell you I will not give you assumptions that do not benefit you? Because there's too many creators out there that like to tell you bullshit, and knowing how law of assumption works, they want to teach you bullshit and have you assuming that you're doing something wrong, have you assuming that this is what you have to do for it to work, assuming you need to do a spell, all of these stupid little things for you to get your shit when they know what they're doing. But I don't do any of that because I learned how to do this myself. I didn't sit there and question if it would work. Did I know if it would or not? Not really. But I didn't think about it. Like that to me just blows my mind. Like this is a science project and let's just see what happens. I just did it. That was it. That was all. I got real good. Did I know I was doing this at the time? No, I didn't. So did I sit there and be like, you know what? I think I really want to help people manifest SPs back. So let's just give this a whirl. And then while I'm doing it, let me document the journey. No, I wanted my man back. So I got my man back. So now I have to go back in my mind palace because people asked how I did it. And I started telling people how I did it. Like they would say, I made a mistake, if you will, and made a post about it in a group. And a bunch of people wanted to ask me how I did. It's a very well known Facebook group. Danielle knows whose Facebook group it is. I posted my success story in there because I wanted to inspire other people that they can do it too. And people asked how I did it. Like my DMs went off. So I'm not a big DM person on social media. Like I'm really not. TikTok, yeah, because I focus only on TikTok. But like if you're gonna DM me on fucking Facebook and shit, good luck, bitch. Good luck. But people started asking me how I did it. And so I told them how I did it. Their voice note, of course. And they came back within a week and were like, oh shit, it totally worked. Thank you so much. Like they were in no contact with their SPs. And they all of a sudden, 100% of the people I told what to do got contact from their SPs in a very short amount of time. And so I was like, So then now I keep having to dip into my mind palace to figure out what else did I do, right? Because I did it naturally. I didn't try. I didn't push things. I did it naturally. So I started thinking about what else did I do? And then things would pop up where I'm like, oh, yeah, I certainly didn't react to the 3D. And did the 3D try to trigger me? Often. Often. When you're one building away and you like the pool and his balcony faces the pool. So, did the 3D treasure? Sure. But did I try to not react? No. I just started assigning. Did I know what assigning meaning was? No. I just was like, no, what was the alternative? What was the alternative? To assign negative fucking meaning? Nope, my stubborn ass wouldn't let me do that shit. I'm a Libra. The fuck I'm gonna assign a negative meaning for? No. Well, I don't want to think about that way. Why would I want to go mope around town and fucking feel sad all the time? I don't want to do that. So I just started assigning meaning after meaning after meaning. Everything was a fucking meaning. Everything was the meaning I gave it, and I did not think against it. I didn't think anything of it. I wasn't like, oh, get delusional, bitch. No. I just started assigning the meanings I wanted to things. No proof of it. It's just what I did. And because that's just what I did, it's what I did. I'm seeing the comments now. Who's saying I'm lying? I wish somebody would. I wish somebody would. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Yes, that would be correct. It was Sammy Ingram's group. That's why I said I came on here when I told you guys about it. When I told you guys all about what had been brought to my attention about Sammy Ingram, I didn't wish ill will on the girl. I liked her videos. I thought her videos were good. I just didn't know she was fraudulent about it until I started thinking about her story and all of that stuff. But I thought her videos were great. I thought they were great. Very misleading now that I know what I know about manifesting an SP back. They only give you a part of the pie, if you will. You do know that that is the entire purpose of coaches, to give you a piece of the pie, not the fucking pie. Because if they gave you the whole pie, then in their ridiculous minds, they think, well, then no one would want to work with me. What are you fucking talking about? I don't have to hold shit back from you guys. Is my coaching calendar very full? 1000%. Do I have to sit there and shark your asses? No. No. Do I have to sit there and pitch on my live? No, I pitched twice. Literally. in the beginning when no one's watching, okay, for the first 30 seconds. And then halfway through, I'll offer my services again because I get a lot of new people. That's it. I don't sit there and have to dangle fucking carrots and hold the biggest piece to myself. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's situations are different. Everyone's client journey is different. And so because of that, they still want to talk about their specific situation, about their stuff. And then I guide them based on that stuff. And I'm good at it. There's that part. But who the fuck said that shit? I wish someone would say I'm lying. Because you know what would happen if they did? I'd kindly co-host with them. Because if you think you're gonna be a coward and talk in the comments but not want to be live on with me, we can co-host right now. And I'll call you out on all your shit. And I ain't got nothing to hide. There's that. Can I go straight to living in the end of relationship when we're friends but don't hang out a lot? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can, Jillian. You can go there in your mind, okay? But you have to discipline yourself, okay? You have to discipline yourself. You need to assign relationship to every fucking thing. Relationship. Boyfriend. Yeah, it's totally my boyfriend. Yeah. We're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. Tell yourself that. Like, we're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. That's what I did when I wanted confirmation of relationship. So if you're in any of the ships, I strongly suggest you use that one. Okay? Just like if you're arguing with SP, it's a great one to use. Okay? Nay. Ooh, excuse me. Hi, so me and SP doing so well, but I want our relationship to go much faster. Why would you want that? Obviously, we want it to go much faster. So then you need to pick your lane, okay? So you need to pick your lane. It depends on where you're at it depends on where you're at with your SP right now. Okay. So if you're like, if you're just talking a lot, no, this man spends all his time with me, like literally move to the next step in your relationship. But this is why it only moves as fast as you move in your mind. Okay. You need to get clear in your mind on what this shit is. And when you get clear in your mind on what this shit is between you and SP, he gets real clear in his mind too. Okay. So if you want to move fast, what do you want out of the relationship? Then that needs to be your inner conversations all about that. Okay. If another man I just met acts just like I want SP, but not SP is not, am I doing something wrong? Laris. No. And Haley, if you're on here too, this will come to you too. No. You're not doing anything necessarily wrong. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Okay, so you're not technically doing something wrong, but here's what you're doing wrong. What you're doing wrong, and this is where you do some market research. Okay, you are now a reporter. Okay, this is Laris reporting from Channel 7 News. You're going to take a look at two SPs. Take a look at the man that you just met. Oh, I don't need to wear that anymore. You're going to take a look at the man that you just met and hold your questions because we're going to do the photo method and energy cutting. Okay. So you want to take a look at the man that you just met, the other man, excuse me. Take a look at the other man and take a look at SP. Be brutally honest with yourself. If I was to ask you right now to describe the other man, go ahead. How would you describe him? Now, if I was to ask you right now to describe your SP, not what you want them to be for you, but thanks, Monica, girlfriend. But as based on who they are today, like just naturally, how would you describe your SP? Not the one that not the version you want him to be. You will notice differences. Also, you're going to take as the other man and you're going to say, what is it that I know about this other man? Do I question how he feels about me? Am I questioning if he's going to contact me? Am I questioning this shit? Probably not. Yeah, I know he'll contact me. I know he'll do this. I know he'll do that. I know he'll do this. Okay, great. Now take a look at SP. What do you know about him? What do you expect from this person versus the other? Now, compare. You will notice differences. So now you take the SD card out of the other man and you're going to pop that shit right up in SP. And SP will start doing exactly the things that the other man is doing. Because now you're describing him in a way that you would describe the other man. And the things that you know and expect from the other man, you're now expecting from SP. Okay. And then if you're having a inner conversation, or if you're affirming, instead of saying he, say their name. Okay. Not their government name. Some of you guys crack me up with that shit. But just say their name, like Brian. Okay. Brian is so obsessed with me, like that type of thing. So you don't have to say, Brian is so obsessed with me. I'm all Brian ever thinks about. No. You just have to start it that way. Okay. Brian is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. Okay. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. So you would just say his name in the first part. Okay. And then you'll notice the turnaround from SP numero uno. Good, Chris. We got to do what works. We got to do what works for us. That's right, Bevy. Oh, man. Son, you changed your profile pictures. Throw me off, but the one thing you didn't change is your name. What's SP superpowers? Oh. It's one way of looking at it. Damn, I'm good. Oh, man, I hope that was in your voice now. See, Yesenia said. I said on my live, which you all saw, that I said on my live on Saturday, he's going to serenade her ass. He's a singer. I was like, he's going to serenade you and he's going to sing to you. And sure enough, he did. And, and your heart probably melted, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Confused by SP, feel like he only pursues me. When I'm uninterested, don't want this assumption. Okay, so user 143, then you would flip that. Okay. But here's the thing. The only reason why SP is pursuing you when you're uninterested, it's not the fact that you're uninterested. It's because you have lowered the resistance to SP. Okay, you've lowered the resistance. It's not the uninterested part, it's the lowered resistance where you're just like, look, bitch, okay, I know who the fuck I am. I know who I am. And you're going to know who I am too. So you know what? Until you come correct, allow me to introduce myself, right? And you took a step back and started not necessarily working on self, but getting back into touch with who the hell you were before, the version of you before your relationship with SP. And then therefore he came back or he pursues you. This is why when we do the photo method, I bring you guys back to step into the assumption, the identity of who you were before. Okay. You guys, if you're in my WhatsApp group, you guys, and you watch the success stories, you guys know Shanae. Okay. We had a coaching call, me and Shanae, and I told her, and she said that. I said, you live for this guy. Like you live for this guy. And he's very much on that pedestal. I said, you need to remind yourself of who you were before you knew him. When you met him, who were you? And she went back to that version of herself, right? She started working on herself to get back to that version of herself. And then, that's how that works. That's how that works. You're here. And the only way you get here is by remembering who the hell you were before you ever met him. Or at the time you met him, who were you? Go back to that version of you. Because that's the version of you that your SP loved, that your SP chased, pursued, wanted to be with, was attracted to. Hello? This isn't rocket science. Tanya, you'll know she said, I deleted social media to affirm and stop checking the 3D with SP. When will I know to re-download? When you become neutral about it. Okay, here's the thing. I asked you guys to get off of there because it fucks with your thoughts. Okay? But when you can control it, and I'm proud of you, by the way, bitch. But when you learn how to control your thoughts on social media, it doesn't matter if you check. Your subconscious mind does not know that you're checking your SP social media. It doesn't know that. So do you know what you should do if you're going to check? First of all, you need to check and not react to shit. Okay? You can't react. Okay? If you find that you can't not react, I don't know what the fuck you're reacting to, but if you find that you can't, because you guys react to the stupidest shit. You understand that, right? You'd be like, yeah, but he liked this person's post. So fucking what? Yeah, but you don't understand. I see them liking each other's shit. Okay. If my admin team is on here and trying to log into Google, how about we do that after the live? Because it's kicking me out of my own live because it's asking me to verify. I know it's you, baby bitch. I already know it's you. She's always the culprit. So you need to learn to discipline. So here's what I would recommend. One, my bad, baby girl. It wasn't you. Okay, so it wasn't you. You need to not react. No matter what you see, I don't give a fuck what you see. You can't react. Okay? And even if you do react, understand there's a delay to get your shit right and tight. Okay? So assign the meaning you want to everything. Okay? So if you react, get a grip. Just regroup real quick. When you're done, just regroup and be like, no, actually, let me tell you what the fuck I saw. And you saw what you wanted to see. Okay? Two, and you do that by disciplining yourself and not doing the little stupid bullshit. So if you want to go like on his profile, there's nothing wrong with that. But why the fuck are you clicking on his post and seeing who the hell hearted his shit? Like you have nothing else to fucking do, right? Reading all of his comments, like you again have nothing else to do. Like why would you do that? Because you understand. That's why I say social media is not real. Because the majority of people that comment on their stuff, they've never even met in their entire life, or they went to high school with the person. Like there's nothing there. Okay, but you guys are reading into shit. You literally are reading into things. And it depends on the social media platform you're looking at. Because this is where I tell you, they've got you guys fucked up. Okay, TikTok and Instagram, which I find Instagram actually hilarious, by the way, because Instagram and Facebook are the same company, right? They're owned by Meta. Okay. So why their platforms are different, I find hilarious. Because have you noticed the only emoji that TikTok and Instagram let you reply with? When they engage on their stuff, it's, oh, the fuck? I always sat there and said, what if I don't love the post? What if I just want to laugh? I can't do that. I can't put it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can't laugh. I can't put a thumbs up on the post. I don't necessarily love their stuff, right? But that's the only one they'll let you do. And then you guys go, this is why you're triggered, by the way. They know, you don't think that they know the psychology of their users. Of course they do. You don't think they have people that know human psychology. Of course they do. That's why they fuck with you. That's why they fuck with you. Because all you see are all these heart emojis, and it fucks with you. Because you're like, I just see him loving the person's post all the time. That's because he doesn't have an option to like it or anything else. Okay, so you guys shouldn't be going down those rabbit holes. Now, if you just want to go look at his pictures and be like, he's so fucking sexy, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't go investigating their profile. Like you're trying to find a charge to file them with. That's fucking stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then what I found very helpful, shall you want to go down said rabbit hole, is to say, okay, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of social media. Well, don't say it. What up, unapologetic me? Don't say it to yourself, but just know, okay, I'm going down this rabbit hole. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to control it. So the second before I even click on social media, because remember, there's a thought process that leads up to you clicking on their social media page. There's a thought process that leads up to that. At least a thought, okay? Because you don't do anything without first having a thought. Like, I'm thirsty. You don't just sit there and talk. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. Okay? Everything starts with a thought. So you want to control this and leverage. So your subconscious mind only knows what you tell yourself. So if you're thinking like, I'm going to go on Scott's page because I want to know what the fuck he's doing. Well, that's what now your subconscious mind knows whose page you're on. But what if you can control that before you even decided to click on social media? Because that's when the thought happens. Is to start affirming. Start affirming. Before you've even opened up social media. And then affirm the entire time you're on their page. Because care to guess what your subconscious mind knows? What the hell you are affirming? It doesn't know anything else. Doesn't know what you saw. Doesn't know none of that shit. It just knows what you told yourself. And so what you told yourself the entire freaking time is, he's so obsessed with me. He is so obsessed by him. All he ever thinks about. Like, literally, he's constantly trying to get my attention. Like, shit. He is the best. See what I'm saying? That's all they think about. That's all your subconscious mind knows. While you went down this whole snooping rabbit hole, it has no idea. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, Peak Mermaid, why would you want to do that? Because, again, remember, there's a thought process that leads up to you posting on your stories and checking to see if SP looked. So I find if you're going to do that and you're going to check, affirm while checking. You need to affirm while checking anything because that's all your subconscious mind hears. Because, yeah, have I done that? Sure. But I can control my thoughts about it. You know, now if they're not looking, and then that's what you need, and that literally should be your thought the entire time. Is if you're going to check and to see if they liked it, be like, oh, he always likes all my stories. He literally always looks at my stories. He cannot help himself. You know, say what, you're saying to your fucking self about looking at their shit, except that's him now. That is not him. He cannot stay on my profile. That man, like, low-key, he stalks my profile. Like, he's constantly checking to see if I post new stories, and he goes out of his way to get my attention. Like, he sees every story I post while you're checking. Because then what's going to happen is this. He's going to start to see he's going to start to see your posts, your stories. He's also probably going to hardy your story because now you're saying, what are you saying? He's constantly trying to get my attention, right? Like it's part of your inner conversation. So, and you wouldn't have to check anymore. None of you would have to check anymore if you would just get them to do what you want them to do. Why would I need to check and see if he liked my story? Of course, why would I need to check and see if he see my story? Of course, he always watches my stories. He sees every single story I post. Do you see what I'm saying? Because then you wouldn't need to check because he'd start to see all your stories. Okay. He'd start to see your stories. He'd maybe start to engage in your stories. All those things because that is what you're fucking saying. So because of that, check, 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 check. You're now seeing what you want to see. And that's what you guys, that's what you forget to leverage the most. That's what you forget to leverage the most. What do you want to see? So start telling yourself that shit. Because then guess what? You wouldn't need to check because guess what? You're going to start saying everything you want to see. Everything you want to see. You will start to see. That's what you will see. Do you understand? Do you understand? I don't know how the fuck. Is she in here now? She has to be in here, bitch. Tell her to pop in. Or are you referring to what she just sent me a message about? Because I can't do that shit now. Okay? And that's what, oh, perfect. Why are you not one? Let's see here. I figured this out, guys. I'm getting pretty good. Pretty good at this, I think. All right. Done deal. God, they're fucking needy. That's right, you know. All right. One last question, then we're getting into the shit, okay? Laura, my sister texted me and said that she saw on his phone that he searches me up. Of course he fucking does. Why wouldn't he? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, like, look, here, look, guys. You need to fucking-stand this, okay? Instead of telling yourself the opposite that doesn't help you, that doesn't serve you benefit, that doesn't fucking do you any good, you need to know that anytime you tell yourself the opposite, all you're doing is like, okay. You know what's hilarious here? Let's leverage, let's talk about delusional for a sec. Oh, we're going to talk about attachment. Yes. After we do the exercise, we're going to talk about attachment. This has been the word attachment has been super fucking distorted in the entire manifestation community. It's actually dumb. It's actually really stupid. So I'm going to clarify for you. Now all I have to do is remember that I said that. So if you, after the exercise, if somebody can just be like, attachment, thanks. But you guys they say be delusional, right? But here's what you need to understand. What you need to understand, you need to be logical. And here's what you're actually being delusional about. Every time and you're doing it so automatic, you don't even know it. Every time you make up stories to yourself that don't benefit you, right? Every time you think that they're ignoring you, that they don't have feelings for you, that they've ghosted you, that they don't think about you, that they're not contacting you, you're being delusional. You're being completely delusional. Yes, you are. I said it. Okay, you're being completely delusional because you feel really dumb when you're told the opposite. And this whole time, you were thinking that they erased you from their memory. They've moved on. They've found somebody else. They want to be with someone else. That this, that, and the fucking third. They're ghosting me. They don't even think about me anymore. They don't want anything to do with me. You're being completely delusional. Because that is not true. That is not true. And then you spent all this time getting your panties in a bunch, feeling defeated, wanting to quit, wanting to give up, wanting to just do this, that, then, and the fucking third, just to be proven wrong. How fucking stupid is that? So if you want to speed up your manifestation, knock the delusional shit off. Stop creating stories that don't benefit you. Stop creating assumptions that don't benefit you. Stop doing all of that. Because all it's doing is delaying your manifestation. When you have to know the opposite. Because it will be proven to you when you're back in contact. Do you know how many people I've talked to that they were told the complete opposite when they got back in contact? Yeah. I had a coaching call the other day. And she was like, one of the SPs, she goes, I wanted closure. She's like, I needed to know why he ghosted me. And so they got in contact. He contacted her. She contacted him back. He came to LA where she resides. And they met up. She had an agenda. They met up. And he told her everything. Because she even told me, she goes, Jen, you were so right. Because literally that was confirmed. He told her everything I tell you guys when we do the photo method. Not a day has gone by, he hasn't thought about her. He is Mr. all the time. Like, he's looked at her pictures every single day. All that shit. Why you spend all this fucking time with the fucking panties in a bunch thinking the opposite. So if you want to speed up your manifestation, I suggest you get a fucking grip and start tooting your own horn. Because let's think logically here. Logically speaking, you have to understand, let's think logically speaking. Who in the hell is obsessed? How do people get obsessed with you? So while you're affirming that he's so obsessed with me, why don't you act like somebody who people would obsess over? Who do people obsess over? People who know who the fuck they are. That's who people obsess over. Like, I'm sorry. Do you think I need you to tell me how beautiful? Yeah. Do I love to hear it? Yeah, I love to hear how beautiful and sexy I am and all this shit. Of course. But do you think I need you to tell me that for me to see it in myself? No. No, I don't. Do you think I need you to tell me what an amazing girlfriend I am before I will believe it myself? Nope, I don't. Now, do you like the assurance? Do you like the validation? Of course, who the fuck wouldn't? But you don't need any of that. You should know it. That's who people are obsessed with. People that are obsessed with themselves, duh. Duh. So if you want your SP to be obsessed with you, start being obsessed with yourself. What up, Danny girl? Start being obsessed with yourself. And the way you do that is by going under the notion of toot, toot. Yeah. Bragging about yourself. They call it, what the fuck they call it? Inflated egos. Full of yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, damn, you're full of yourself. Yeah, and you should try it out sometime. You might feel better about yourself if you tried it out sometime. But who the hell said that having an inflated ego or thinking I'm all that in a bag of fucking chips and thinking I'm the best thing since sliced bread? Who the fuck said that's a bad thing? We wouldn't need self-confidence if people would start thinking of themselves that way. We wouldn't need women empowerment if people would start empowering themselves. See, that's where all this shit is stupid. And women empowerment for what? Why do you need other women to empower you? You should know you're a bad bitch. Sorry. I don't give a fuck if people think I'm superficial. If they think that I'm full of myself, I don't give two shits. And it's called confidence. See? But the only reason why people tear yours down and try to tell you that you got an inflated ego and that you're full of yourself is because they don't. So they'd rather tear yours down. Nah, I don't think so. Because that's who they become obsessed with. So start being obsessed with yourself. And guess what? They're going to be very obsessed with you. Be like, I like to hear the things, but I don't need you to say it for me to feel that to be true about myself. No, I don't. Okay? Okay. Now, get a nice comfy space because I got to go. You know what? I think we're just going to do the photo method today because I have to go to the ladies' room. Okay? So typically we do cord cutting. Okay? Cord cutting is, the energy clearing is on my bio. Okay? So click the link in my profile. If you're watching from YouTube, head on over to my TikToky. Click the link in my bio or no, in my profile. Go to my profile. And then you'll see 3 red shirt videos. I have 3 videos, red shirt. It's the first one. Okay. I suggest you do that. But I'm going to run out of time today because I got a hard stop in 50 minutes. Okay. Okay. Right now we're going to do the photo method. So get your SP's photos out. Okay. Do it now. Okay. Here's the thing. I'll answer that in a minute, Sahar. Okay. So here, and that's fucking. Okay. You're going to listen to me when I tell you what living in the inn is because my opinion is the only one that matters because it will make sense to you. Everybody else is full of shit. Okay. All right. So I want you guys to go back in your mind palace. Okay. I want you to go back to the beginning of your relationship when you first met your SP. And I want you to remember who you were. The confident person. The one who knew who you were. Who didn't need outside validation. Who didn't need someone to tell them who they were. You knew you were pretty. You knew what you brought to the table. You knew who you were. You had a confidence and a surety, a certainty about you as a person. Go back and remember who you were. Because now you are 2.0 edition. Because the reality is, even though your SP changed over the course of your relationship, right? And at the end of your relationship, you don't even recognize who they are because they're not the same person that they were in the beginning of your relationship. And you'll oftentimes even say that to yourself, like they've changed. They're different. They're not the same person. And you will be correct. But the reality is you also are not the same person at the end of your relationship that you were in the beginning of your relationship either. Because oftentimes our identities shift to match our relationships. Okay. So we start to identify ourselves as our relationships tend to identify or change our identity and how we see ourselves, which is why relationships also tend to create insecurities within ourselves. So over the course of the relationship, those end up taking a hold of you and you're a different person. So we now need to go back to the version of you before your relationship. Remind yourself of that person, but you're the evolved edition, right? I know who I am. Did you, when you met your SP, a lot of you weren't even interested in your SP when you first met him. Some of you that were. And did you want a relationship? Sure. But did you need one? No. You certainly did not. Okay? Because you knew who you were. And a relationship didn't define who you were. So I want you to go back to that version and you're going to put it on like a new bodysuit. Okay. Like you're stepping into mama got a brand new bang. Okay. You're going to step into that because that version of you is who your SP chased, pursued, was attracted to, tried to get your attention, who sought you out, who wanted to talk to you all the time, who was constantly spending time with you. Like every second they got, they wanted to be with you. That version of you is also who your SP wanted to be in a relationship with. That version of you is also who your SP fell in love with. You need to go back to that version of you because that version of you is who they pursued and who they chased. So that version of you is now who you are again. No other version exists. No other version exists except for this version. Now, I want you to fast forward a little bit in your relationship, and I want you to go back to a time when in your relationship where everything was perfect. You know, that time in your relationship where you didn't question anything. You didn't question if you would talk to them. You didn't question how they felt about you. You didn't question if they would see, if they want to be with you. You didn't question any of that. You just knew. Well, I want you to go back to that time in your relationship. And I want you to remember who your SP was at that time. Who was your SP for you? How did your SP treat you? How did he make you feel? Recall that version of your SP again. Because that version of your SP is who you were attracted to. That version of your SP is that version of your SP, you never questioned a damn thing when it came to them. You just knew. You knew that you would wake up and you would talk to your SP. You knew that they would come and spend time with you. You knew that they wanted to hang out with you all the time. You knew that they absolutely wanted to be in a relationship with you. You knew how they felt about you. That version of your SP is now who they are again for you. No other version of you or your SP exists from this point of now and moving forward. These are the only two versions that exist, because these two versions are who you and him or her fell in love with. And that's why we have to select those two versions again. So you're doing it right now. Because the reality is, not a single day has gone by where your SP has not thought about you. They have thought about you constantly. They are literally, you may think you're blocked on social media, but you low-key got a stalker. They're checking out your profile on the daily. They just can't admit it to you. But they're window shopping on your profile. They are literally looking at your life. It is their connection to you because they're thinking about you all the time. So they want to check in, see what you're doing. Okay? They are constantly spying on you. There's not a day that has gone by, not a second that's gone by that they have not missed you. The reason you think about them often is because they're constantly thinking about you. Thought transmission doesn't go one direction, it goes both directions. So you think about SP, and SP thinks about you. And they trigger your thoughts. You guys are constantly transferring thoughts to each other. You know how to control them, they don't. So when you are thinking about them, you have to know without a shadow of a doubt, they are thinking about you. That's how this works. This is why you have to try to not think about them. You literally have to try to not think about them because they can't stop thinking about you. They have written text messages to you every single fucking day. Every day they have written text messages to you. They have looked at that call button, wanting to do nothing more than to reach out to you and to tell you everything that you've been waiting to hear. They have been doing that every day. Going down their photo rabbit hole, looking in their gallery on their phone, looking at all the pictures of you and them. Remembering all the amazing memories that you guys shared together. That's all they can think about. The reason they haven't pressed the send button or the call button is because you, yes, Tonya, is because you haven't allowed them to. Every time you question if they're going to talk to you, every fucking time you acknowledge no contact, every time you sit there and wonder why they haven't contacted you, you focus on how long it's been since you last spoke to your SP. You are literally preventing them from pressing that send button, from pressing that call button. They cannot do it until you start to expect the opposite and stop acknowledging what's currently going on. When you acknowledge your current 3D, it keeps it in place. Nothing can change. Because one way or another, you're expecting something. You're either expecting them to ghost you, block you, not talk to you, not want to be with you, or you're expecting the opposite. Of course, why wouldn't they? I know exactly how they feel about me. Why wouldn't they want to call me? Why wouldn't they want to text me all day long? Come and see me, come and spend time with me, you want to be with me. Either way, you are expecting something. So it's time now that you start to expect what you want. And the way that you expect what you want instead of what you don't want is by selecting the version of your SP that you never, ever questioned any of that from. When you select the version of your SP, which you just did, then you would know. Why wouldn't he contact me? He's perfect. Why wouldn't he contact me? Why wouldn't he come to see me? Why wouldn't he unblock me? Why wouldn't he do all of that stuff? Of course, why wouldn't he? What perfect SP is going to block you, not talk to you, not want to be with you? Come on, get the fuck out of here. You have to select that version only, no matter what your 3D shows. And the second you expect that behavior from your perfect person, they will conform instantly. They will do what you say instantly. Instantly. The second you start expecting something different than what your current reality is showing you. Okay? All right. If you are new here, you're going to put on your crown. If you are not new here, you're going to straighten your shit. Do it now. Because here we get what we want and we get it when we want it. We don't wait for shit. We leverage impatience by disciplining ourselves. When queens and kings give commands, do they sit there and wonder, question, worry, doubt, have to check? No. When queens and kings give a command, there's nothing to check. There's nothing to worry about. There is no doubt. There is no fear. They just know. I'm the queen. I'm the king. I gave the command. There's nothing to check. Whenever I give a command, it's always fulfilled. That's all I need to know. That is now all you need to know. What I say goes. What you say goes in your reality. So right now, I want you to say it. You can, if you're alone, when we do this exercise, if you're alone, say it out loud. If you're not, say it with a little bit of backbone. If you're not alone, say it in your mind so you don't look like a fucking wacko. But right now, I want you to say to yourself 100% conviction. I'm not playing with you. Not like a meek little timid mouse. Not in a questioned statement. It is a command. It is with certainty, because the certainty and the assurity is what manifests. And again, what part, remember this. If it's the certainty and the assurity that manifests, this is why we leverage communication and what we know about communication, so it gets right up into the subconscious mind. And you won't hear this, I promise you. You will not hear this unless they parrot it for me on any other platform, from any other creator. If we know the certainty and the assurity is what manifests, then how the fuck do you think you should be saying your affirmations? How do you think you should be having your inner conversations? Should you say it like, he misses me? No, bitch. No. You absolutely miss me. That's a command. That's certainty. That's a surety. It's in the tonality of your voice. The tonality and the physiology is what's manifesting. The tonality in your voices and the physiology, which your subconscious mind doesn't see unless you're standing in the whole ass mirror. Okay. It makes up 93% of total communication. The words are 7%. So how in the hell do you think you should be saying shit when you're talking to your SP or about them? In a command tonality, with an assurity tonality, because that's what's pushing out. Because your subconscious mind is like, oh shit, well, this is a fact, basically, because of how you're saying it. So right now, I want you to tell yourself, I absolutely know exactly how my SPs, say their name if you want to, or he or she, doesn't matter. I absolutely know exactly how they feel about me. Say it now. Now, I want you to say one more statement. No, two more. I know that they want a relationship with me. That I know for a fact. Command number 2. Certainty number 2. Number 3. Are you ready? They are going to tell me everything that I want to hear. Everything that I want to hear. They're going to tell me everything that I want to hear. Does that look like a question? No. Does that create worry and doubt? No. That's a command. That's a certainty. Check your tonality. Check your tonality. Because that's a majority of that's a majority of communication. So stop saying it like a little meek mild little Tim Mouse and start saying it like the Queen of fucking Hearts. Okay? Okay. Now, right now, if you are in no contact with your SP or you're in contact but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to tell them to contact you. You're going to look at your SP's photo, dead ass in their fucking face. And you're going to tell them to contact you. You can say, you're contacting me right now, you're texting me or you're calling me, doesn't matter. However they would naturally reach out to you is exactly how they're going to do it. So if you say they're going to text you but they're a caller, they're going to call you. Doesn't matter. Okay? So you're going to look at their photo with some command and you're going to say, you're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. The assurity, the certainty. Now, if you're in consistent communication with your SP, then you have choices. You can say that they're texting you right now, or you could say that you're coming to see me today. 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 The assurity, the certainty. Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, or marriage ship, then you're going to have choices. You can say that they're texting you right now. You can tell them they're coming to see you today, or you can tell them whatever you want. Have fun with it. You can say, you're cooking me dinner tonight. You're bringing me flowers today. You're buying me dinner tonight. You're rubbing my feet tonight. You're giving me a massage tonight. You're giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever you want. Have fun with it. Do you understand? Okay. So I put this, every time we do this, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to pause this live for just a couple minutes because I got to go to the ladies' room and stretch my fucking legs and wash this blood off my finger. And then if you have, but you're going to want to stick around. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere because you want to stick around because I'm going to go ahead and address what they mean by, well, you said somebody asked, whatever the question was, I will answer. Oh yeah, living in the end. And then we're also going to talk about attachment. Okay? Because that's where we're getting distorted around this bitch. Attachment. So we're going to talk about that. Okay? And then I will be back to answer your questions too. All right? All right. Now you have you're going to give your commands now. Do it now. And you're going to right now expect them. No, Bevy, I can't because it ends the live. Okay. And I have to go to the bathroom. Expect them to contact you. Whoa. Okay. Apparently, if you guys get your request, you guys get your request, please do not please do. So, we'll talk about real quick what living in the end is. So, what everyone else likes to tell you. Whatever about living in the end is you should live in the end what you want. The desired outcome. That's that simple. Okay. If you're in a contact, you're blocked on social media, how the fuck are you supposed to live in the end of relationship or live in the end of marriage? This is why people manifest these back for years and still have no the opposite. You guys can't stop reacting to your 3D. So living in the end is trash vibes. What you need to be living in the end is I didn't say step number one was no, was getting blocked. Getting unblocked. I don't care block. I want contact. So that's all you should be living in the end of is contact. Or if you're in communication with your SP, then the only thing you should be living in the end of is them coming to see you. And then when you're spending time with your SP, then it's easier to live in the end of a relationship. This is what speeds it up. Okay, your manifestation gets sped up because you're living in the end of what you can try and get your head on board with. Contact. Okay, then once you're in communication, it's a lot easier for you to step into the assumption and to know that they're going to come see you. Then once they come and see you and you're spending all this time together, it's a lot easier for you to just know that they want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Okay, there's that. Now blister and now Patriot vibes. If I see any talk about that shit again, knock it off. Okay, knock it off. You can send her whatever you want. I didn't say do it. Tell yourself that, though. I can contact her anytime I want. I can see her anytime I want. I can do whatever I want. No limits. Do you understand? Okay, I just saw your shit. Okay. What if, now, Blister, you said, what if the way I want to be loved is just softer, not so assertive? No, it's you. Okay, I talked earlier that communication is all about tonality and physiology. The words are 7% of entire communication, which is why text gets people fucked up. Okay, because you're taking the words and you're creating your own tonality. Okay. So because you're taking the words and you're creating in your mind, you're assigning meaning in your mind to their tonality based on the words that they're saying. Okay. Which is why when people say when you do all uppercase, right, you're yelling. Who the fuck decided that shit? Who decided that? A person. Okay. But we've been led to believe this when it comes to text. So now when they do all caps, you're like, why are they so pissed off? Why are they fucking yelling at me? Why are they mad? Now you start questioning what they said because of the way they wrote it. You can't do that. Okay? Now, real quick, let's talk about. Oh, let me answer Fidan first. I manifested my SP to text me and love me, but when he came back, he cursed to me and left again. Fidan, most likely, that's because when you manifested your SP to text you and to love you, somewhere in your mind you reacted. Somewhere in your thought process, you selected old version of your SP again, or you just stopped. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to persist forward. Okay? Like, just because let's say you're in contact with your SP, right? And they're talking to you all the time. I never once tell you to stop affirming for that. Never once have I ever said that. The reason is because if you find yourself, this is when you'll know if you can stop affirming for it and move to the next step. If you still find yourself checking your text messages to see if they texted you, if you still find yourself thinking, why haven't I heard from them yet? Are they going to text me? And you're still questioning if you're going to hear from them today, you cannot drop that affirmation. You must keep it until you just know. You know you're going to hear from them today. Then you can drop that affirmation, move on to the next. But you cannot, like, they come back around, you can't just be like, job fucking done. You can't do that. This is disciplining your mind is a forever thing. And it's not just with SPs, it's in life in general. You have to discipline your thoughts, okay? Because you're the creator. So you have to persist forward, like you're affirming for money, right? Just because you wake up one day and you get more money doesn't mean like, hell yeah, I just said I had 20, like this is this thing common fucking sense, okay? Like, hell yeah, I've been manifesting 20 grand in the bank and I've got it now. Awesome. Job done? No. You have to keep affirming. You have to keep your inner thoughts, your inner conversations under control. You can't just stop. Because this is why. You didn't discipline yourself. It's real easy to revert back until it's a thing for you. Until it's a thing for you. Do you understand? Great. Great. I already know you said yes. Well, thanks, Andy McCartney. I know what you want to do. I know what you want to do, girl. Flashy. Okay, tail feather. Yes and no. Okay. Yes and no. Okay, so the reason I say that is because it's not like on his birth certificate, the date is not going to change. Okay, his driver's license, the date is not going to change. Like his age is not going to change. Okay, so in the 3D, on paper, the thing that his age will not change. However, he will identify as someone 10 years older. Does that make sense? So he will actually identify as that person. So you may find him talking in a different way that would be indicative that he's 10 years older, right? He may refer to himself, like let's say because I know your man's slightly younger. So, well, a lot younger. So let's say he's 26. You want him to be 36. He will start identifying himself as being 36. Okay, so and people around you too will start also identifying him as being 10 years older. It's just not like the court docs are going to change. But everything else will. Everything else will. Okay. So that's what you guys need to realize. That's what you guys need to realize. Okay? Okay. Now, if you want to know how to do the photo method again, that video is pinned to the top of my profile. Is the first one that I did. It's got like 43,000 views. It's pinned to the top of my profile. But the photo method too is also the second. I'm wearing my bathrobe. It's the second most recent video I posted is the photo method. I really need to record content. So you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? Wake up fucking early. I'm going to wake up early because I need to record content. Okay? Now let's talk about attachment. Because this shit has been so distorted in the manifestation community where they're like, you need to detach. I'm not going to detach from shit. Okay? Besides, why attachment? If you actually look up the definition of attachment, why is that a bad thing? You're not going to be attached to your husband, to your wife, to your boyfriend, to your girlfriend? Huh? What are you talking about? Okay? Like attachment is like a deep connection with someone. That's what it is. Attachment is a deep connection with someone. It's feeling connected to someone. Why the fuck would you detach from that? Why would you, if we know, which is why I think a lot of like manifestation coaches are full of shit. Because why on earth would they tell you to detach when we know by definition, attachment means a connection. You can't attach to something you're not connected to. Okay, someone that you're not connected to. So you're attached, it's a deep connection, and it means that you feel that connection. So if that's the case, and we know, but these same people, these same creators will tell you that thought transmission is real. Okay. So logically speaking here, if thought transmission is real and I have an attachment and I feel attached to my SP, what do you think SP is feeling towards you? The same. So why would I detach? Why would I detach? That's fucking stupid. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But I know it's huge. I know it's huge online where people be like, you need to detach. I ain't detaching from shit. Because I feel a connection. That means as long as I'm attached to him, think energy too, right? Energy, how does that work? If I feel attached to somebody, then I'm also attached to their energy. Okay, I also feel a connection to that person, and therefore that person feels a connection to me. And yet that's a bad thing. Huh? Come on, guys. You gotta, what the people tell you out there has to make sense to you. And if it doesn't make sense to you, then they're full of shit. That's how that works. I mean, you know, a lot of this crap would literally, you literally would not, like, you would not have a problem if you would literally just start asking yourself when you listen to all this advice on the internet, does that make sense? First of all, if you don't know what they're talking about, it probably doesn't make sense. Okay? Because some people get way too into like spirituality, like way too into that crap, where they try to go completely off the rockers with the woo-woo side. But if you have to decipher what they mean, or you have to ask what they mean by that, then you probably don't need to listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Do you literally know what I'm saying? Okay, baby, I will. That's all I want you guys to know. Like, duh. Okay. Yes. User. Thanks, Terry girlfriend. User 32. Besides, who the fuck is going to attach from their husband or wife? That makes zero sense. Then you weren't very committed to the relationship, were you? You know what I mean? Like, detach. That is the stupidest advice I've ever heard in my life. You should detach from the resistance. That's the only thing you should detach from is the resistance. And you should detach from your current reality, not showing you what you want to see. That's all you need to detach from. And user 324, yes, you can manifest a celebrity, but you need to not see them as a celebrity. You can't see them as a celebrity. Because if you do, you're putting them on that pedestal. Celebrities don't, and you're also putting yourself right into a fan box. And celebrities, care to guess who they don't date? Fans. They don't date fans. Okay, they're used to everybody wanting something from them. They can't even go out and breathe without people wanting a picture with them, right? The second they leave their home, paparazzi stalks them. They go out to dinner. They can't even eat in peace because people want their autograph. They want the picture with them, all this shit from them. Okay, and yeah, does that help their ego sometimes? Most of the times, no. They don't like that crap at all. At all. They don't like that shit. So you have to look at them like they work at Taco Bell, where if he has to slide into your DMs right now, you wouldn't even know who he is. Total natural conversation, right? Where you're not being like, oh my God, congrats on the Grammy that you won. I think that's amazing. I've seen all your movies. I think you're the best. No, you cannot do that. Okay. Because celebrities date normal people every day. Most celebrities are married to normal people because that person doesn't see them as something outside of them. Okay, they see them as a regular person. And that's all they want because they're so used to being in the spotlight all the time that they crave normalcy. And when somebody comes at them from a normal perspective, a normal person, then they're just like, this is fucking amazing. This is literally why Justin Bieber bought a home where I live. Because he got a flat tire on the side of the freeway. And down here, we're not starstruck, right? This is why a lot of celebrities do not live in LA. They actually live in Orange County because we're not starstruck around here. Okay? Most people go to LA. If that's on your bucket list of places to visit, I strongly suggest you choose somewhere else. No offense, Jenna. No offense. But he got a flat tire on the side of the road, and so many people pulled over to offer to help him. They had no idea who he was. And he said on some interview that he was blown away by the generosity of people here. And so he bought a home down here because they want normalcy, privacy. Charlie Sheen, he's at the local bar here all the time. Because people don't give a shit who he is. They don't care. Okay? That's why he's out. That's why he lives down here. Okay? Celebrities are humans. That's all they are. So, I'm hungry as fuck. What up, Shenzi girlfriend? I'm so hungry. It took me 2 hours to freaking open 5 cans of tuna. How ridiculous. Or 4 cans of tuna. How stupid is that? And to chop up all this stuff. And I haven't even made it yet. I was like, well, I want it cold. Somebody put it in the fridge with saran wrap on top, of course. Look at that, Shayna. That's why we're so connected, bitch. I sat next to somebody on the on a plane. I mean, he completely grossed me out because he was chewing tobacco and spitting it in orange juice container. I was like, could you find a container that, like a Coke bottle? Something that's like, not see-through. But he was actually roommates with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon before their career launched. Yeah, they would all share an apartment together. What is causing my SP to not be consistent? 1,000%, Jillian. I think that's a great idea for you to do. What is causing my ISP to not be consistent with following through on promises? He's been inconsistent. You, Jackie. You. Because here's the thing. The reason why he's inconsistent is a couple things. One, you're viewing him as being consistent. Two, if he makes a promise to you, you're questioning if he's going to follow through on that promise. Is he really going to, like, let's say he says he's going to come see you tonight, and you're questioning. You're like, is he really, they're going to come see me? He said he was, but he said that before, and he hasn't, like, that's your inner conversations, right? He said this before, but he doesn't follow through. Like, and then the closer it gets to that time, the more in your thoughts, the more questioning you're doing. So therefore he doesn't follow through. You have to break the pattern. So when he says he's going to do something, this is the whole take him at his word. That's where that part comes into play. So it's like, no, he said he's going to call me tonight. That means he's absolutely calling me tonight. If he says he's going to come spend time with me, that means absolutely he's coming to spend time with me. I don't need to question anything. And you need to see yourself as the priority. Okay. So when you do that, everything else will change all of a sudden, because this is your chance to break the pattern. And when you break the pattern, all of us, because remember, it only takes 2 times for an assumption to be created. Okay. So when you break the pattern and all of a sudden he said he's going to come see you today and he does, great. So then the next time he says it again, boom, you break the pattern again. And just remind yourself, yeah, last time he totally came to see me. Of course he's going to come see me. All over again. Boom, he comes to see you the second time. Now you have a new assumption created that he keeps his word. He always keeps his word. You have to see him as a person who always keeps his word. I'm the priority. He always keeps his promises to me. Okay. M. White the blonde. I don't know what did I say something? I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't that do the same thing on who you collaborate with? I have no idea what you're talking about. Does what? Do the same thing on who I collaborate with. And the last time I checked, I don't collaborate. Ooh. I haven't collaborated with anybody. If someone is telling you the opposite, please, for the love of God, don't listen to them. Because I literally haven't collaborated with anybody. You'd have to be really good. Your story would have to completely make 100% sense to me. Because that's my thing, okay? Is one of my many superpowers is that my background is the study of the mind, and 2, I listen to language. I listen to what people say. And so if what they're saying doesn't make sense, and I can smell bullshit from a mile away. Okay? Because let me tell you, I'm good at it. Because I literally wrote a whole book on lie detecting, on how to be a human lie detector. It's all eye patterns. Most of it's eye patterns and their stories, but I'm not going to tell you guys because you guys will go all the way fucking left with that shit. Because I think it'd be fun if you did like on your children, but you guys will go all the way left on that crap. So I won't say I do. But anyway, so that's so collaboration. No, you'd have to check I'd probably be one of the hardest people to collaborate with, just being quite frank. Because I'd be like, and on top of that, it would have to be 100%. Oh, I did collaborate with one person, Angela. Yeah, duh. Duh. I will. Shanti, can you push that shit to the top, please, girl? So yeah, I did with Angela, the holistic pharmacist. Okay. I did collaborate there. But it would have to be completely, because to collaborate, it's about you guys. It's not about me, right? It's not about me. So it would have to 100% benefit you. It would have to make sense to you and be 1000% in alignment with what I tell you. And if it's none of the above, I would never, not to you guys. I'm not gonna fuck you guys up. I'll leave that to other people. Other people can do that shit. All right, guys. I got a jet. Apparently, there's something going on. So, oh, good Lord, what did I just do? I got a jetty jet out 5 minutos early today. And that's okay. That's okay because, but whatever we are talking about, whatever I need to talk about, if I need to address something in the WhatsApp community, that's where we'll find out exactly where that is. Okay. If you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want me to manifest your SP for you, all links are in my bio. I have text coaching, WhatsApp community, all the things. Okay. So I'm here to support you. No one rides for you harder than I do. Okay. No one cares more about you than I do on the internet, that is. Okay. Than I do. And I love 100% of all of you. Okay. 100% of all of you. I want to see you guys getting back together with your SPs like lickety split because I'm very impatient, which is why, yeah, Jasmine, shoot that shit back to the top too, which is why I get very upset with you at times. Because I have to come and check you here because I get very upset with you because I'm impatient. And every time I see you guys fucking shit up, stalling, should I say, because you can't mess it up. But every time I see you guys getting in your own head and getting in your own way, it annoys me. Okay? Okay. So that's what I got for you guys today. All right. I love all of you besties. And I will see you all on the flip side. Oh, I didn't even say, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. And if you ever miss a live, head on over to the tube of the U because that's where all the replays are stored. And while you're there, subscribe. Subscribe. Okay. Yeah, Natalie, you should be able to. All right. I love all of you guys. And I will see you all tomorrow or in the WhatsApp community. Love you. Bye, besties.